Tom Heritage, Lieutenant, U.S. Naval Reserve.
Richard O'Mara, RD3.
Virgil Chambers, a Raterman, 3rd class, United States Navy.
We were all aboard the USS Bayfield APA 33. Let's see, I went on board March 1966. We were in the shipyards in Mare Island. Deployed to Westpac, I'm going to say June 1966. These two young gentlemen to my right were radarmen in the OI department. Basically, they ran CIC. I was privileged to serve on board with them from, let's say, 65 through we all left for swift boats circa, let me get this right, we left the Bayfield December 1967 after a very interesting deployment to Westpac. These guys always did a great job.
Out of high school,
Bayfield.
yeah, joined the Navy, and my first duty station was the USS Bayfield. I was a lone sailor on the dock when I saw the Bayfield out there, and it was an awesome looking ship. And little did I know these gentlemen were already on board. But I got on board, and I was a deck seaman for a while, and then I got into the, I didn't want to do that. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but decided with talking to other guys, there was an opening in the radar, which is OI division, and I got into that, and that's where I met Rich. Meantime, I knew
Tom.
Tom, yeah, Lieutenant Commander, or Lieutenant. I just now promoted him, but he was on the deck. He was one of the only officers, and there were quite a few officers, and we didn't socialize or anything. But one of the only officers I had a respect for, even though I wasn't directly under him or anything. He was the kind of guy that he was a real person. Some of these other guys I didn't know, they scared me. But I was on the Bayfield and enjoyed it, but I wanted to get off. So I put in for shore duty. Well, shore duty was swift boats. I didn't know that at the time, but I left, I believe, the head of both of these guys in swift boats, but we all ended up together in Coastal Division 13 in Quignon, or excuse me, in Catlow. I started out in Quignon.
It was a great ship. I'd never been on a ship or anything like that before in my life, from the Bronx, New York. But after a couple of weeks, I really acclimated myself to it. I was in a great port of Long Beach. A lot of things to do, a lot of people to meet. I loved it, and I really didn't have any trouble. I mean, every once in a while you got in trouble with some officers and stuff, but that was just basic stuff. But I was a young kid, so you do things, and you try and have fun. You want to have fun. But yeah, this isn't a show about Tom, but he was a good guy. He didn't mess. He didn't worry about the little stupid stuff. We didn't do really stupid stuff. We never did stuff to hurt the ship or hurt anybody. Just fooling around type of stuff. But he was smart enough to look at it like that, and just it was fun to be with him. It was fun to be with Virgil. We had I hear people talk about their experience in the military. And they hate this. They can't wait to get out. And I just never really experienced that. It was just great work, good ship, right?
Right. Oh no. Let me say a few things that the Bayfield really did on this deployment. We left Long Beach, I'm going to say April 1966, and went over to Okinawa and I picked up the 3rd Battalion, 9th Marines, and went over and steamed off of Da Nang, I-Corps, made several landings, one south of Da Nang and a notable one in the DMZ. And you could rely on these guys. They knew what they were doing in CIC. So it was a notable tour. I will make a few comments as to the lighter things. Rich here was just a sharp guy in CIC, and so if they didn't like an officer, his hat went over the side. I still have my hat, but every time I'm around Rich, I do hang on to my hat. So, some of the officers, who, like I say, didn't.
Total line.
Well, no, I'm trying to describe this in the
Yeah, they're a little
correct way.
arrogant,
They're a little
more
bit
arrogant. I think
hard-nosed
some of the
and
officers,
arrogance, yeah,
arrogance about
and
them.
So the sailors had a way of getting even. So if you treated the sailors right, they treated you right. So that was what was good about the Navy. And I was really, we've kept over the years because they went to Cat Low. I was in Antoy, but we operated in the same parts of South Vietnam, the Kamau Peninsula. So from Bayfield, we went into Swifts, and you know, it's just interesting. That's why we're here together. So that's what's important about all this. Keep it in touch over the years, and so significant.
So it goes back to 65, and we're still with each other. And that's what's incredible, you know. 'Cause
I think that's 50 years.
yeah, that's a long
Yeah,
time.
So